What if I told you that one of the smallest coins ever used in Australia is now shaking the world's auction markets? What if, hidden inside drawers, old tins, forgotten piggy banks, and family collections, there are coins quietly holding wealth most people will never recognize until it's too late? Today on Big Bucks Coins, we're not talking rumors, guesses, or internet myths. We are exposing the top 3 most valuable ultra-rare coins in the world, coins that are actively being hunted in today's auction market, coins whose prices are moving right now as you watch this video. These are not ordinary coins. These are silent giants. They don't shout, they wait. And when the market realizes what they are, they explode. Stay with me till the end, because the final coin will leave most people speechless. And remember, this channel brings fresh updates every single day, because hidden money never rests. Coin number 1. Australia 1 cent, 1966. Fine condition, rare coin. This coin is where Australian numismatic power truly begins. The 1966 Australian 1 cent coin is not just currency. It is the foundation stone of modern Australian coin history. It represents a moment when Australia stepped into a new monetary era, when decimal currency reshaped how an entire nation thought about money. And in fine condition, this coin transforms from historical artifact into something far more dangerous, a recognized treasure. At first glance, people underestimate it. Small size, simple design. A coin most Australians believe they've seen before. But that belief is exactly what kept its true value hidden for decades. Because coins like this were never meant to survive in strong condition. They were used aggressively, passed endlessly, worn down without mercy. Time erased most of them, and that destruction is precisely what fuels today's demand. The composition of this coin is critical to its story. Struck during the very first year of Australia's decimal currency, it was produced under intense pressure, massive circulation needs, and early minting transitions. While production numbers were high, preservation was never part of the future plan. The metal blend, the striking method, and the early handling conditions created coins that aged unpredictably. Only a narrow group escaped heavy damage, and fewer still remain in fine condition today. History gives this coin extraordinary authority. The year 1966 is more than a date, it is a milestone. It marks the birth of a system that Australians still use today. Coins from that year carry emotional weight, national identity, and historical relevance that no modern issue can replicate. Collectors don't just buy this coin for metal or design. They buy it for what it represents, the start of something permanent. What makes this coin exceptionally powerful is its condition. A fine condition 1966 1 cent coin means the details remain strong, the surfaces are honest, and the structure tells a clear story of survival. It has not been stripped of its identity through overcleaning. It has not been erased by circulation. It stands confidently as it is, authentic, original, and increasingly rare. Collector demand for this exact condition has intensified sharply. Why? Because collectors now understand something the general public still doesn't. Early decimal coins in preserved condition are disappearing fast. They are being absorbed into long-term collections, estates, and vaults. Once they leave the open market, they almost never return. Every year availability tightens. Every year competition grows stronger. Unique features of this coin separate it completely from later issues. The early strike characteristics, the original design sharpness, and the unmistakable presence of first-year minting give it an authority that later coins simply do not possess. This is not nostalgia. This is documented rarity, combined with national importance. That combination is unstoppable in the collector world. Now listen very carefully, because this is where perception breaks. For the exact condition described, the Australian 1 cent, 1966 coin in fine condition, the absolutely current market value today stands at $201. This is today's real market level. This is not fiction. This is not exaggeration. This is what serious collectors are already paying right now. And the most important part? This value is not finished. It is rising, day by day, sale by sale. The market is still absorbing the reality of how few truly survive in this state. If this coin is in your possession, understand what that means. You are holding big money in small form. A compact treasure. A piece of Australian history that has already crossed into serious wealth territory. This is the kind of coin people wish they had recognized earlier. Time is now your ally. Waiting wisely is strength. For collectors, the path is clear. Preserve originality. Protect condition. Avoid interference. Let history and scarcity do the work. Coins like this do not reward impatience. They reward respect. And remember this, prices like this are signals, not ceilings. Early Australian decimal coins are being re-evaluated globally. Once that awareness fully spreads, values move fast. Do not take this as fiction. This is the truth of today's auction market. This was coin number 1, and we have only just begun. The next 2 coins on this list climb even deeper into shock territory, and by the end of this video, you may realize that real treasure has been hiding in Australia all along. Stay with Big Bucks Coins, because this channel brings fresh updates every single day, uncovering serious hidden wealth before the world catches on. Next up, coin number 2. Australia 1 cent, 1967. Beautiful look, fine condition rare coin. This coin lives in the shadow of a historic moment, and that shadow made it stronger. The 1967 Australian 1 cent coin arrived just 1 year after the birth of Australia's decimal currency, at a time when the nation was still adjusting, still learning, still circulating coins at a brutal pace. And because of that, very few people stopped to think about preservation. Coins were used hard, spent fast, and forgotten easily. That environment destroyed most of them. What survived in beautiful look fine condition did so against extraordinary odds. At first glance, this coin feels calm, confident, and balanced. There is nothing loud about it. No chaos. No visual noise. Just a quiet authority that experienced collectors immediately recognize. The beautiful look condition is not accidental. It signals careful survival. The surfaces remain clean and natural. The design speaks clearly. The coin carries itself with dignity, and dignity always commands demand. The composition of this coin matters deeply. Struck during a transitional phase of Australia's decimal system, the 1967 1 cent was produced under high circulation pressure, but with subtle refinements compared to the first-year issues. These refinements created slightly improved strikes, but did not improve long-term survival. In fact, the heavy use this coin faced erased most examples faster than expected. That irony is exactly why fine-condition survivors are now so scarce. Historically, the 1967 1 cent coin represents the confirmation phase of Australia's decimal currency. 1966 introduced it. 1967 validated it. Coins from this year were everywhere, used by everyone, and trusted completely. That trust led to neglect. People didn't save them. They didn't protect them. They didn't imagine a future where condition would matter, and that collective mindset wiped out preservation at scale. What makes this coin especially powerful is its visual clarity. In beautiful look fine condition, the coin does not show stress, chaos, or damage. Instead, it shows control. The strike remains confident. The fields are balanced. The surfaces tell a smooth, uninterrupted story of time passing without destruction. This is exactly what collectors crave, a coin that aged gracefully while others collapsed. Collector demand for this coin has intensified sharply in recent years. Why? Because collectors now understand that early decimal coins are a finite opportunity. No more will ever be produced. No damaged ones can be restored into authenticity. The supply is fixed, and the number of fine examples keeps shrinking as coins are lost, mishandled, or permanently locked away. Unique features of this coin push it even further into high-demand territory. The early decimal design, the crispness of preserved details, and the unmistakable feel of a coin that belongs to Australia's formative currency years give it emotional weight. Collectors are not just buying metal, they are buying reassurance, history, and certainty. That certainty is expensive. The market has already responded. Quietly at first, then decisively. Auction results tightened. Private deals increased. Coins stopped appearing publicly. That is always the sign that something has crossed a line. When availability fades, power concentrates in the hands of holders. And holders who understand the moment rarely rush. Now listen very carefully. For the exact condition described, the Australian 1 cent 1967 coin in beautiful look fine condition, the absolutely current market value today, stands at $71.00. This is not a story. This is today's active market truth. This is what serious collectors are already paying right now. And this value is not frozen. It is moving upward, supported by scarcity, history, and growing global recognition. This is the kind of value that does not collapse. It matures. It strengthens. It becomes harder to access with every passing year. Coins like this are no longer evaluated casually. They are measured carefully and held tightly. If this coin is in your possession, understand what you are holding. You are holding real money in historical form. A beautiful, disciplined survivor that has already crossed into serious collector territory. This is not a coin to underestimate, rush, or doubt. This is the kind of asset people wish they had respected earlier. For collectors, the strategy is simple but powerful. Preserve originality. Protect the surface. Avoid interference of any kind. Let time and scarcity perform their work. Coins like this reward patience more than anything else. And here is the truth that most people still haven't accepted. Second-year coins can be just as powerful as first-year coins when survival is rare and condition is strong. The 1967 1 cent has already proven this point. This was coin number 2. And now the pressure rises even higher. The final coin on this list moves into even more shocking territory. Stay with Big Bucks Coins, because this channel delivers fresh updates every single day, revealing real hidden treasure before the market makes it unreachable. Next up, coin number 3. Australia 1 cent, 1974, black spots, fine condition rare coin. This coin teaches a powerful lesson. Never confuse familiarity with worth. The 1974 Australian 1 cent coin is a year most people believe they understand. It feels common. It feels safe. It feels ordinary. And that assumption has cost people fortunes. Because hidden within this year exists a rare group of coins marked by distinct black spotting, preserved in fine condition. that have quietly crossed into serious money territory without ever needing public attention. The black spots on this coin are not accidental marks. They are the result of specific metal reactions, environmental exposure, and time-driven chemical behavior that only affected a narrow segment of the mintage. Most coins from 1974 either remained visually plain or deteriorated beyond collectability. Only a limited number developed these stable, recognizable black spots while maintaining structure, clarity, and surface balance. That combination is exceptionally rare, and rarity is where power begins. The year 1974 sits in one of the most intense circulation periods in Australian history. Coins moved fast. They were handled constantly. Preservation was not part of anyone's thinking. As a result, condition survival rates were brutal. Fine condition examples alone are uncommon. Fine condition examples with confirmed black spotting are something else entirely. They represent survival stacked on top of anomaly. And that is a formula the collector market never ignores. The composition of this coin plays a critical role in its story. Subtle changes in metal sourcing and production pressures during this period led to unpredictable aging outcomes. Only certain coins contain the internal conditions necessary for this spotting pattern to emerge over time. Once formed, it became permanent. It cannot be polished away without destroying authenticity. It cannot be recreated. It cannot be faked convincingly. That permanence gives the coin a permanent identity in the market. Historically, this coin represents a turning point in how collectors view later decimal issues. For years, attention focused only on the earliest dates. But as research improved and survival rates were examined honestly, collectors realized something uncomfortable. Many later coins are actually rarer in desirable condition than their earlier counterparts. The 1974 1 cent with black spotting is now one of the strongest examples of that reality. Visually, this coin carries a quiet intensity. The black spots contrast sharply against the surface, creating a signature look that experienced collectors recognize instantly. These marks do not weaken the coin, they define it. They act like a fingerprint, confirming authenticity, age, and uniqueness. Coins like this do not need explanation once seen in hand. Recognition is immediate. Collector demand for this coin has risen steadily, not explosively, and that is a critical detail. Slow demand growth paired with shrinking supply creates the strongest long-term value. These coins are being absorbed into private collections, often traded quietly, away from public auctions. Once locked away, they rarely return. That disappearance is what pushes prices higher over time. Now listen very carefully, because this is the point where disbelief usually sets in. For the exact condition described, the Australian 1 cent 1974 coin with black spots in fine condition. The absolutely current market value today stands at $76.00. This is not a future estimate. This is not hypothetical. This is today's real, active market level. And it is moving upward as awareness spreads and availability tightens. This is the kind of value that does not announce itself loudly. It builds pressure quietly. It matures. It becomes harder to reach the longer you wait. Coins like this reward those who recognize them early and punish those who dismiss them as ordinary. If this coin is in your possession, understand the gravity of that fact. You are holding serious hidden wealth, a compact historical asset that survived conditions most coins did not. This is not a coin to rush. This is a coin to protect, respect, and allow time to elevate further. For collectors, the guidance is clear. Preserve the surface exactly as it is. Never attempt cleaning. Never chase artificial improvement. The black spotting is not damage, it is identity. Coins like this gain strength through authenticity, not alteration. And here is the truth that closes this list with force. Rarity is not always about age, and value is not always obvious. Sometimes the most powerful treasures are the ones people thought they already understood. The 1,974 1-cent coin has already proven that lesson beyond doubt. This was coin number 3. And with that, you've just seen the top 3 ultra-rare coins hiding enormous value inside Australia's monetary history. Stay connected with Big Bucks Coins, because this channel delivers fresh updates every single day, uncovering real hidden treasure before the market leaves most people behind.